We've all heard that communication is vital to success in life. Hello, my name is Matthew Zarillo, and I am the Vice President, Public Relations for Toastmasters, International Halton Hills Chapter in Georgetown, Ontario, Canada. I'm here with Wayne Fowler, President of Halton Hills Toastmasters, who's going to help us better understand why communication is so important and how Toastmasters can help us become better communicators. Hello, Wayne. Thank you for joining with me.
Hi, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Firstly, can you tell me a little bit about Toastmasters?
Absolutely. Matt, if you can imagine that your best friend invites you to MC at his wedding. Maybe your boss asks you to speak to a group of strangers at work. Perhaps your best friend asks you to give a eulogy at his parents' service. How would you feel? Complimented, maybe humbled, and then all of a sudden, oh, sugar, what do I do with this? The fears jump in. Public speaking is not only a privilege, it's an opportunity, and it's a responsibility. It's a significant skill set that we need in life, let alone in business. Since 1912, Toastmasters has been the preeminent leading non-for-profit organization focused on public speaking, communication, and leadership skill development. Presently today, there's about 340,000 members around the world and around 16,400 clubs. And since 92 years, there's been millions and millions of people that Toastmasters has helped to improve their effective communication. So it really is the gold standard.
So Toastmasters is a public speaking club.
Toastmasters, Matt, is actually a communications organization. Our purpose is to help and support people improve the effectiveness of their communication.
Now, why do you think focusing and strengthening communication is so important, Wayne?
Communication is a master life skill, Matt. It's important in all aspects of life. When we want to focus on successful communication, it's certainly about the effect of the communication, not just the words, but the power of the influence of what we're communicating to our fellow person. The reality is that Professor Albert Mehrabian is recognized as one of the founding fathers of modern day communication. You may have heard the fact that around 55% of all communication is built around facial expressions, hand gestures, and body language. 38% is paralinguistic, meaning it's how we use words, and 7% is only vocal. So it's only 7% that is built on the actual words themselves. So it's less about what we say, it's more about what we say and how it impacts others that we're communicating to. Everybody wants to be a well-liked friend, a colleague at work that's well endeared, maybe a better leader, a better parent, a better coach in their sports team. But the effectiveness of communication is really the key derivative that's going to help them achieve that level of success. Do you remember, Matt, a long time ago, for both of us, not so long for you, but more for me, when you learned how to compose a sentence, learn words, learn the alphabet, you learned how to speak? Whoever taught you how to listen?
I see what you mean. That's awesome. Now, who would benefit from joining Toastmasters?
Absolutely everyone can benefit at whatever level of communication, public speaking, leadership skill development that they're at. Maybe a newly promoted manager at work who wants to better focus on giving feedback to their employees in the performance management system. Or maybe leading various different team meetings and different structures within the organization. Maybe someone who's volunteering in a non-for-profit organization or perhaps at the hospital, greeting strangers and wanting to feel more confident and comfortable in talking to those strangers. Senior business executive who wants to give more powerful presentations, whether it's to the board of directors or whether it's to some organization that they're appealing to for their business purposes. Sales executives, absolutely everyone can benefit from Toastmasters.
I see. Now, is it only involved in communities or also in companies as well?
Actually, just last year in the Fortune 500 magazine, there was an article posted, and it was called "Why Your Boss Wants You to Join Toastmasters." And in it, and I quote, around 1/3 of the Fortune 500 companies are going crazy over Toastmasters. Companies like Disney, Microsoft, Google, Apple are all taking the Toastmasters platform and incorporating them into their businesses to better leverage the effectiveness of communication for their employees.
That's awesome, Wayne. Have you seen specific examples of where Toastmasters has benefited a member with strengthening their skills?
Yeah, I'm thinking here specifically in our own club. I recall one member who's still a member, and when this person first joined the club, as a new member, would stand up, would look around, their mouth would open, their mouth would close, and they would sit down. They're obviously quite nervous and needed to gain that confidence and poise that we speak about. 6 months later, this person's actually chairing a club meeting. Another member who, where English is not their first language, was actually challenged in the beginning, was gaining a lot of confidence as this person performed more and more roles and was seeking further roles to expand the utilization of their second language, and they were doing awesome, performing better with every execution. I remember a third member who actually admitted to liking the sound of their own voice, perhaps an extrovert, was comfortable up on stage, but didn't really deliver an effective, powerful, influencing presentation or speech to the audience. So they've grown by incorporating better pace, better modulation, better pauses, better inflection in their presentation, their speeches, and is growing leaps and bounds.
Wow, that's amazing. With being able to see that in person and at the club that you are a part of, why do you think most people or some people don't necessarily join Toastmasters?
You know, a lot of the brochures that we have speak about gaining increased confidence and increased poise. And I believe that people don't necessarily connect to that all the time, because if you've never achieved that, if you've never actually felt that source of inspiration, of drive, of motivation, then it doesn't resonate with you. It doesn't motivate you. But perhaps if you get perspiring hands, if you get those butterflies in the gut, if maybe your mind gets confused just before a speech, maybe you get shaky knees, you think you got a wonky face as you're up there speaking. If we could say to you that we can help you reduce or eliminate that, how would you feel?
Feel stronger.
Absolutely.
More motivated.
Yeah.
More confident.
You bet.
Wow, it's like we're changing lives here, Wayne.
Absolutely, Matt. We're actually in the people growing business, and I think it's awesome. You know, to be effective in life, the quality of our life, it's directly influenced by how we interact with others. There are people around us our entire lives, obviously in our family, in schooling, in our communities. This effectiveness of how we speak to others, of how we listen, how we gain trust, how we gain respect, how we impart our ideas, translates later in life to our ability to become a better leader, a better parent, maybe a better salesperson. Whatever the role may be, the fact is it's connected somehow to successful communication. So if you want to improve your relationships, if you want to be a better parent, if you want to be a better friend, a better partner, all you really need to do is improve your communication.
That's awesome, Wayne. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
If you want to find out more, check out Toastmasters, toastmasters.org, or locally for anything in Halton or even the Brampton area region at www.haltonhillstoastmaster.toastmastersclubs.org. At Halton Hills Toastmasters, you're welcome to join us for a complimentary visit and experience one of our club meetings. We meet every Monday from 7:30 to 9:30. Toastmasters, it's where you belong. This has been an interview with Wayne Fowler. On behalf of Halton Hills Toastmasters, I'm Matthew Zerillo. Thanks for joining us, and see you at your local club Toastmasters meeting soon.